Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and today we get to play through the solo secret co-op digital campaign Moonrakers Luminor. This is the much-teased digital companion thing to Moonrakers. Moonrakers from IV Games. I have this over here. All you need to play this game is, well, Moonrakers, and then actually just having the digital app. Which we have right now, and throughout the course of this video it'll be somewhere, I don't know exactly where, but some of the corners of the screen may be overlaid. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm editing this. What I do know is I now have another shot to deal with. I have the front shot, me, you here at that, I have the top shot over here, and then I have the extra shot which has to go somewhere from this computer. We'll figure all that out. This is me going through the campaign, going through the tutorial for the campaign, playing as a solo player. It's worth noting off the bat, this is not balanced as a solo experience yet. This is very much prototype stage. The difference between this and normal prototypes for your board games is this can be prototype stage for the next 15 years. It's a digital product, which means it can be iterated and tweaked and adjusted and balanced as much as you possibly need, and we don't have to worry about when you have to hit print at the factories. We're going to be going through the experience, but the basic idea, what you need to know for right now, is that this is the Moonrakers experience you know and hopefully love, but put into a solo and or co-op campaign. I have not yet played this co-op. This is not going to be a rating nor a review, none of that stuff. I have already dived into solo, and I'll be diving into it again solo to go through it with you over here. Maybe I'll have some co-op content at some point, we'll see. But for right now, let's go ahead and dive into this. Starting off the bat, we're going to go ahead and have, nope, that's settings over there. Let's go ahead and have our new game, popping that in, where we're going to go through the guided tutorial, the guided playthrough. Moonrakers Luminor is a fully cooperative tabletop experience that requires the Moonrakers board game to play, which we fortunately have. You may add any additional expansions you own below. This experience assumes all players have already played the base game of Moonrakers. That's going to be true for this playthrough as well. I'm not going to heavily guide you through the general Moonrakers experience. What I will say is Moonrakers is generally a negotiation deck building game of completing contracts with other players. This takes that formula and condenses it a bit to, again, solo co-op experience instead. In this case, we're not going to select any of the expansions. The Shard is going to be the little promo pack. I actually have that, I just haven't shuffled it in yet. And Overload, Nomad, and Endless are going to be 3 expansions that are coming out. Again, currently part of the upcoming Kickstarter, the big box with everything going on. And we don't have those mixed in for right now. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. You will need the following. 1 command terminal for players, that's going to be over here. You will need access to all crew cards, those are going to be over here. Access to all ship part cards, access to all action cards, access to all credits. We recommend you separate the crew and ship parts into piles based on their color, and you will not need objective cards, contract cards, or any other game boards not mentioned above. This is what you need here. I am not separating the cards based on color because that would add more to the table space, and I want you to have a nice clean shot, and I already know that we're going to need this section over here for a little something that's going to show up later. Let's go ahead and start game and go through this experience. Hey there, the name's Cal. I'm here to get you up and running. We've just gotten word of a top secret Utopian Alliance operation. Its code name is Luminor. What's that? This classified action authorizes an unknown number of UA generals to use any means necessary to undermine the Moonrakers. A spy, let me just lower the volume drop. A spy planted deep in the UA Secretary General's office to send a drone with information about the Luminor plan. We need to find that drone. It's hidden somewhere in this debris cloud. Before we get going, who is in your flight squad? We're going to select orange, and we're going to go ahead and hit done. Continue. Flying solo. Best of luck, Moonraker. Let's do some system checks before I send you off on your own. Warning, the single player mode in Luminor is not yet fully playable. Proceed at your own risk. We're going to. Response, I'm ready, go back, skip tutorial. Let's go ahead and hit I'm ready. Did we do this properly? We do select our cards, done, I'm ready. Before we do that, I'm going to do a quick scan of the ship to make sure everything is installed properly. Forgive this formality, we just met, and if things get rocky out there, I need to know your ship isn't going to fall apart. Right about now, we need to collect our default cards. That's going to be 3 reactors over here. It's going to be 2 thrusters. It's going to be 2 shields, 2 basic 1 damage cards over here, and then 1 miss. That's going to be our deck that we're going to go ahead and shuffle, which actually, speaking of which, shuffle your deck and form your draw pile. Like I said already, Moonrakers is a deck building experience. That means we have our 10 cards. We're going to be drawing 5 cards at a time. We're going to put our draw pile down over here off to the side. And we're going to start by drawing a hand of 5 cards, as it says over here. All players draw a hand of 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is our current starting hand. Let's see what it is. We have things. Let's go ahead and dive into this. So, done. And now we got it. Can never be too careful, but everything checks out. Let's get to it. Power on your LiDAR scanners. This drone should be hidden somewhere in the debris cloud. Starting off the bat, we need to go ahead, make sure you block any stray debris with your shields. Also, if you need help with anything, your computer should provide prompts wherever you see those icons. So right now, the first thing we need to do is we need to distribute and roll 1 hazard die, which we're going to go ahead and do. And we got a double hazard, which is a problem. We're going to be taking some damage because we only have 1 shield right now. That is not great. So we did that. Play your cards simultaneously. Did you meet the requirements? Right about now, what you have to do is you have to play the cards to meet the requirements on the screen. That's going to be 1 blue and 1 yellow card. We also have this hazard over here that we have to deal with, which requires 2 shields. Unfortunately, that's going to be tricky because we could play a blue card, which gives us extra actions. We could play damage, which doesn't really help us right now. And we could play a shield to block a hazard. So right now, practically speaking, we're going to go ahead and take 1 damage on our shield, marking it accordingly. We are now 1 damage down, and we are going to mark that we failed the requirements. We are going to hit done. I'm not seeing anything yet. We'll need to keep scanning. Get your ship ready and try again. In general, at this point in the sequence, whenever you see that little symbol, the little shuffle icon, you're going to go ahead and discard your cards and draw a new hand. So we're going to go ahead and do so now. Getting ready to draw our new hand, which we'll go ahead and go through the next step. Getting ready and trying again. Same basic process, but now we know that we have some of the things over here. We still need to roll the hazard die. Hopefully we don't get a double. We got a double. Unbelievable. This is going significantly worse than what I played before. The good news is we might be able to avoid that because we could daisy chain a reactor over here. We could daisy chain the reactor into a thruster, causing us to go through our discard pile and shuffle it up and draw 2 more cards. That will help us over here because now we have that option. We're going to draw 2 more cards. We're going to look at those 2 cards and we have another reactor. We're going to daisy chain into another reactor, daisy chain from there into another thruster, drawing 2 more cards. And we're going to go ahead and draw these. Unfortunately, we did not draw our second shield. Our second shield is literally the last card over here, which means we're going to go ahead and play 1 shield off that reactor and then mark that we took another point of damage. We have been abysmally unlucky in everything we've done so far, which sounds about right. Play your cards simultaneously. Players may discard 2 cards from the hand as a reactor. So right now it gave us an overclock option. Because of the fact that we failed the first time, it gave us another option on the table as far as how we can potentially get away with things. We are going to go ahead and say that we hit the requirements. We success. Done. Great work. You found it. Get ready. Our work here isn't done. We'll need to break down the drone shields to get the data inside. Let's do it. So right about now, we found the drones. We scanned the sector. Remember, shields up. There's still a lot of debris rolling around there. Let's break this thing open. So we're going to go ahead and draw a hand of cards as usual. We have our 1 guaranteed shield that we know we have. We're going to draw 4 more cards, hoping for the best over here. And let's see what we can do. So we currently have this over here. We need to distribute and roll a single hazard die. Let's not get a double. Okay, that's not the worst. We can at least deal with that over here. We're going to go ahead and daisy chain from a reactor into a drawing 2 cards, which will allow us to take a look at what we have here. And we have, well, we can daisy chain into another reactor, which won't necessarily help us. We're going to deal, it will help us, maybe. So right about now, we can choose between preventing a damage or dealing 2 damage to the drone. I think we're going to go ahead with both of those. So we're going to go ahead and deal 1 damage and prevent 1 damage. So preventing the hazard, and we're dinging the shield, the ship, the drone, saying we deal 1 damage. We're going to discard all these cards. We're going to go to the next turn. Next turn sequence. So next turn, we're going to go ahead and draw 3 more cards. We're going to shuffle up the remaining cards. All players must either discard 2 cards or roll a hazard die. So let's see what we have first before we make that choice. Discarding 2 cards may not be a bad thing. Let's draw the 2 more cards to get to the 5 we need. And let's go ahead and see what we have. So we have these cards over here. We're going to go ahead and we have the reactor, which we can chain into the thruster. Oh, we have to start. We have to start before playing our cards. That's not good. I think we're going to roll the hazard die based on what we have. We're going to roll the hazard die, hoping for not a double. We got a double. That sounds about right. Sounds about right. We're going to go ahead and play a reactor. We're going to play... Okay, we did that over there. We're going to go ahead and play the thruster to draw 2 more cards. We do not have what we need, but we could play the thruster to go ahead and play another 2 cards, drawing 2 more cards. We have our shield. We can go ahead and play this action over here, and then we can go ahead and prevent both damage, which unfortunately does no damage to the... Wow. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. We are not doing well over here. We're going to go ahead and discard that entire chain. We dealt 0 damage to the drone. And let's see what it says. It looks like we've damaged the drone's thrusters. It's moving away from us. We need to catch up next turn. This debris is getting intense. We really need to get those shields down and get out of here. So we really need to start taking down this drone over here. I'm going to go ahead, draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see what we got. Hopefully we can do a little better. We have to distribute and roll a hazard die. Please roll better than you. Unbelievable. For the record, when I played this earlier, I got no doubles at all, and I got mostly misses. I'm going to switch dice over here, but we're still going to keep that 2 for right now. This is bad. This is bad. We're going to go ahead and play our reactor. We're going to go ahead and play a draw 2, hoping for more extra actions. We got extra actions. We're going to follow that up with another draw 2. I think it's going to be another delaying turn. We have another extra action, so we're going to follow that up with a shield and a damage. So we are going to prevent 1 damage, but we're still going to take 1 damage, and we're going to deal 1 damage to the drone. Next turn. This is going abysmally bad. Abysmally bad. We need to stop rolling those. Okay, we're going to draw a card, which we know is a shield. That's the good news. So we have a shield for when we inevitably roll that double. We're going to go ahead and draw our hand of cards. Let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is not a good hand. This is not a good hand at all. We're going to go ahead and distribute and roll 1 hazard die. Let's go ahead and roll. And we got a nothing. Finally, we got a nothing, which means we could go ahead and simply play a single damage to deal a single damage to the drone. Done. Next turn. This GB is getting intense. We really need to get those shields up and down and get out of here. We're going to go straight to the next turn. We're going to distribute and roll a hazard die. This one I like better. You see, we got a 1 over there. We're going to follow it into an action, a cascading action, and a cascading action into drawing 2 cards. Over there, we got multiple cascading chains of anything we can do. We're going to go ahead and draw and shuffle these up and draw 2 cards, possibly drawing 2 more. Depends on what we draw over here. If we draw a damage and a shield, nope, we drew that. So we're going to go ahead and place this down on the other chain to draw 2 more cards. And we have a damage. So now we can go ahead and tuck this under this chain over here, and that under that chain, and we've now dealt the last damage and the last shield in that chain to go ahead and say that we've distributed hazard dice, we've dealt the damage, and we are done. It took us way too many turns, but we did successfully accomplish that. Whew, we got through. Decrypting the contents now, let's get out of here. If you took any damage, I'll have someone fix up your ships later. You can also repair your ships at any armory along the way for a couple of credits. So right about now we can distribute 1 HP to our ships, bringing us back to a healthy 3. For the record, the last time I did this, I was at a healthy 5 when this happened. Okay, yes, that hurt. While we're waiting for this decryption process, that's a typo, IV Games, I have a few things for you. The Moonrakers Council has provided some funds for you to help on your missions ahead. Sadly, it's not much, but you can pick up some contracts along your way to earn more. All players earn 2 credits. I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 credits, putting them on our center board. Done. Done. Pass along my gratitude. The Council has also provided a few starting upgrades for your ships. Choose 1 part each and I'll make sure it's delivered to you free of charge. So, we have the Symbiote 9000. Okay, now some of the cards will have different abilities from your core game, but we have the Symbiote 9000. Once per contract, you can block a hazard by trashing a card from your hand. Adds 1 max HP. That's not bad given the way things have been going. Requirements of reactors is 1 less. Oh, we need 1 fewer reactor. Okay. All players can play 1 damage without using an action. I don't mind that. Requirements for thrusters is 1 less. Once per contact you play it, block 1 hazard by trashing a card from your hand. I don't mind trashing. Trashing would be more interesting as we level up. I like the idea. I'm going to take that. I'm going to go with deck weeding. We're going to grab the Henko Symbiote 9000. So let's go ahead and find the Symbiote 9000 if we can find this. This is why they want you sorting by colors so you can skip the degree of steps this will take right now, which is not that bad. Here we go. We got the card. It looks like it's basically the same card. We're going to put it into our ship over here, and we now have an upgrade. We're going to purchase that for 0 credits. Which player is purchasing? Orange. Orange is the only player. We got it. Okay. The data decryption is almost finished. One last thing, no one should venture around here alone, so I've got something for you, or someone. Meet BL Inc. Blink. They'll back you up if you got in a tight spot. Set up Blink's deck of cards. Blink's deck of cards are going to be different than ours currently. It's going to be 3 misses. We're going to have 2 shields. We're going to have 2 damage. Let's see, 1 and 1. We're going to have 1 reactor and 2 thrusters. Okay. Now Blink is going to act as an AI deck. We're going to go ahead and shuffle that deck up. Let's go ahead and go through the steps over here. Shuffle Blink's cards to form a new draw pile. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put that in play. And then we're going to go ahead and draw 3 cards from Blink's deck and place them face up next to the draw pile. And hey there, Blink. Good day. I'm here to assist you with anything that you require. I'm also looking for love, if you know anyone. I know lots of robots looking for love. Once per turn, you may trade a card from your hand with a card that is face up in Blink's hand. Whenever you refresh your hand, you also refresh Blink's hand. And that's nice. I know a redhead named Wendy. I do know a redhead named Wendy. Splendid. I'm glad you two are getting along. Take good care of Blink. Look, the spy drone data is finished decrypting. It looks like a set of coordinates deep in Henko territory. It's labeled General Purja. Sending you the coordinates now. Your task is to find and defeat General Purja. General Purja deep in the UA sector. Got it. You'll need to work your way through the Henko sector before you get to Purja's hideout. I suggest you take some contracts along the way and upgrade your ship. I have a feeling you're going to need it. Fly safe out there, Moonraker. Thanks, Kyle. We're going to look at the screen in a second, but let's focus back on what's going on with Blinks over here. We're going to have Blinks deck over here, which we're going to put down over here. And we're going to go ahead, let's move this, let's actually move our decks out of the way. Let's move this dice here. And we're going to put this, we're going to put 3 cards over here as a reminder of the cards we can take from Blinks deck. And we're going to have our deck a little bit off to the side, just underneath. We're going to put our decks underneath, our discard pile and decks underneath. We're going to go ahead, and this should actually be, we should have all our cards over here. So we're going to go do that, and we have our hand of cards, and we are good to go as far as decks. We're going to move this up a notch so you can see our decks in play, you can see Blink's decks in play, and we should be good to go. In this case, we're going to go start going through this map over here. We're going to choose our current location, which we're at right now, and we can either go to Protect an Outpost, which will reward us with credits, has risks of a hazard, but has shields and damage. A meteor shower is heading this way. We need your help shielding the damage. Or we can go to Scanning the Wreckage, which requires reactors and damage, and the reward is a little bit more uncertain. We're heading out to scan this field for whatever. Come along and see what we can find. I like the idea of uncertain rewards. Let's go ahead and scan the wreckage. We're going to sign the contract and head out. Tarkish Moon, Henko Sector. Hey there, let's head out to scan for some goodies. I'm headed out to scan for some goodies in an old wreck we found in this area. You can tag along if you want, just go slow. There's a ton of debris out there. What will we find out here? Who knows? That's the fun part. We could pull up some salvageable metal, spare parts, or if the stars align, even a fully intact ship part. I'm here for this. Okay, fire up the scanners and blast open anything you see that looks interesting. So, this is the problem we have right now. We don't currently have everything we need, but we could exchange cards with Blink. So we're going to do so because we can. So trading with Blink is interesting because we're going to trade our card. Let's go ahead and show you what we have here. We need 2 blues, which we already have, and we need a red, which we don't have. Now, we could guarantee that right now by just going ahead. Now, our options over here, we can play our cards simultaneously. You can roll a hazard to play a card as any other default loadout card. Did any one player deal 3 damage on their own? Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. We have to deal 3 damage. We have to hit the requirements. Okay. That's going to be a lot over there. 3 damage feels like it would be a lot and impossible for me right now because I don't yet have the upgrades needed for that. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and play this card. We're going to discard this card to swap in for a damage card. So now we have an extra damage here, which means we can immediately play this, followed by this, followed by this, and we immediately have 2 blue and a red. We did not deal 3 damage. Did you meet the requirements? Success. Done. We're going to discard all these cards. You find something. Looks like an old UA cruise ship. It would be able to salvage. I should be able to salvage a bit of scrap from this. Let's press in a little further. I'll warn you though, the debris will only get more dense from here. Okay. We're going to shuffle, which also means we're going to shuffle Blink's deck, putting it off to the side. Refreshing Blink's deck, not shuffling it. We have a bunch of misses in play. A bunch of misses. That's not the best deck over here. Credits. All players gain 2 credits. So we have some credits. That's helpful. Let's go ahead and hit done and see what's next. Onward. Now we need 2 and 1, but we do have to roll a hazard die this time, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to roll the hazard dice. We got our double hazard, which is what we've learned to expect by now, which is just funsies. I may have grabbed the wrong die. That's the cursed die. So in this case, we have to go ahead and pull some cards. Let's figure out what we can do over here. We're going to start with a double action. We're going to proceed from a double action into a double draw, which means we're going to shuffle up over here. We're going to shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And we're going to draw 2 cards. Let's see what we got over here. We got that over there, which means we have more options on the table. We can go ahead and play another action into another double draw, which means we can go ahead and pull these 2 over here. And we do have another double action, which is very helpful, because now we can say, did any one player play 3+ reactor cards on their own? And the answer is a firm yes. Okay. Then additionally, we're not done yet because we still need to deal with something. We have all this damage over here. The problem is we have to deal at least 1 damage to pass the mission. So, and we have to play at least 1 shield to block 1 of the hazards. And once per contract, you may negate a hazard by trashing a card from your hand. And so I'm going to trash this hazard. This is the once per contract. I'm going to trash this hazard in order, let's put that back over here, in order to negate the second hazard. Which means we should be good to go on all fronts. And now we can go ahead and say, do we meet the requirements? Success. Done. Holy salvage! You found someone. Hot salvage. Hot salvage. Hot salvage. You somehow found a trove of functioning ship parts. Feel free to take one. All right. The deeper you dig, the deeper we go, the better the finds. But I'll warn you, it's probably gonna hurt. Do you want to go further? I think so. I think so. I think so. But I'm a little worried about the damage. We'll go for it. We'll go for it. All players who don't take a ship part gain 1 credit. Choose 1 ship part or crew. Let's see what we got over here. So we have requirements for shield is 1 less. Oh, it's not bad, but I like the shield. I don't mind the shield. At the start of a contract, plus 2 cards if you have no damage in your hand. Requirements for thrusters is 1 less. Requirements for shield is 1 less, plus 1 max HP. I don't mind the max HP. At the start of a contract, plus 2 cards if you have no damage in your hand. I do like that, but I might be going for... Am I going for a damaged deck? I'm just going to go with the requirements for shield is 1 less. And we're going to go ahead and add 1 max AP. So we're going to purchase this one over here. I'm going to grab the Titan 3000 for 0 credits. Let's go ahead and find this over here. Titan 3000. We had some green cards somewhere along the way. They're further back, if I recall correctly. Titan 3000. Titan 3000. Requirements for shield is 1 less. We're going to go ahead and put that part onto a ship. And we are done over there. Let's go ahead and continue. Okay, done. Done. Let's do it. We're going to keep going forward. We're going to have to deal 2 and 2. That is going to be fun. And we have to distribute and roll a hazard die. We're going to get rid of this cursed hazard die. We're going to roll this one over here. That's much better. That's exactly the kind of hazard die I want. We're going to go ahead and shuffle these cards up. And then draw 4 cards. Now we should be, again, refreshing Blink's cards as well. I assume Blink isn't in a multiplayer game. I wouldn't know. I haven't played the multiplayer game just yet. Let's go ahead and refresh Blink's cards. So we're going to go ahead and take these off to the side, putting them there, and that means we're going to have 3 semi-decent cards that we can actually benefit from to deal with. And those are not bad cards to start with. We're going to have our reactor into a double thruster over here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play another reactor into another reactor and another double thruster? I think so. Yep, okay. Double thruster over here. And then we have these 2, and we don't even need to shuffle anything in. What we could do is we could just play these over here off of that, and that's going to immediately get forward. We have 3 of these, 2 of these. We have our nice chain. Distribute and roll a hazard die. Done. We did already. Player card simultaneously. Did any player play 2 plus thrusters? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Did you meet the requirements? Success. Done. We're going to go ahead and shuffle up our entire deck over here. Whoa, you went super far in there. That's a pro junk move if I've ever seen one. Looks like you've hit the mother load. There's pretty much any kind of part you want in there. Players may add any default loadout card to their hand. What's a default loadout card? Is that a part or a crew? The default loadout cards are listed on the bottom of your command terminal. Oh, interesting. We can add any default loadout card to their hand. I don't know what I want. Reactors are always safe for extra actions, but thrusters are good for extra cards. Honestly, they're all kind of good in their own different way. I think we'll go with a thruster. We'll see. Nah, the actions are good too. We're going to go with the thruster. Okay, we're adding this to our hands. This is my hand right now. I don't know if that matters as far as where it goes. No, we're shuffling at the end. All players gain 2 credits. I'm going to go and grab 2 credits. We're up to 6 credits so far. And then great junking. Okay, we are done. We're going to go and shuffle this in. I assume that goes there. We'll figure it out. And we will go ahead and continue this little process. So, we're now in the current location. We can go to linear mapping. We need to update our leader mapping of the section. A leader, I don't know. Can you give this area a thorough scan? We need thrusters and reactors, which we have. We get credits and crew. Or we need uncertain credits and action cards. I want crew at this point. So we're going to go ahead and go forward to leader mapping. We're going to sign the contract and head forward. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to go ahead and refresh Blink's hand as well while I wait. Okay, we're going to grab these, put out a new card, and then shuffle these and distribute a new card there. Hello again. I've been working with some of my Ventus colleagues to keep an up-to-date high-density LiDAR scan of each sector in the solar system. This area has fallen outside of recency parameters. Could you help us out? We'll pay, of course. I'm going to put these cards out in play. Let's see what we got. That's not a bad starting hand for a Blink over there. I'm on it. This area is a bit large, so we'll need to scan in 3 stages. In order to get a quality scan, you'll need to keep a steady pace and keep your scanners running throughout our trip. That's not great. Send me the files when you're done and take your time. We need these to go through. Okay. This is going to be hard. Let's see what we can do over here. Let's see what our hand is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And we got our double action. That's not bad. We're going to immediately cascade into a double thruster over here. So we got that. Perfect. Okay. We're going to go ahead and play another double action. Honestly, I think we're good. We have player cards simultaneously. You may trash a card to play as a thruster. You may roll a hazard die to play as a reactor. I don't need to do any of that, but I think I want to draw 2 more cards because that'll help us weed our deck faster. So that card should be cascading off this over here. And then I can't really draw more cards because they're all in my hands, so I'm going to play this just to draw 1 more card. That just guarantees we have a clean sweep, so we can start again fresh next round. Now I could go ahead and do a trade. At this point, trading for another action is not a bad thing. I may focus on less of a damage dealing deck, because honestly I'm not dealing damage anyway. And we're going to go ahead and put that to the side and grab another reactor over here. Which, I don't love the... I'm going to go ahead and discard that. I'm going to discard that instead. We're going to keep the double damage. We're going to swap those in. That's our trading with Blink. And we're going to go ahead, and that's it. Do we meet the requirements? Yes, we do. Success. Done. We're going to go ahead and shuffle up our entire deck. Great work. Now for the second half. The atmosphere is quite dense for some reason. Make sure you keep your speed up. All players must either put 2 cards from the hand back in the draw pile or roll a hazard die. Let's find out in a second, but first we have to refresh our hand and Blink's hand too. So we're going to go ahead and put that off to play. I'm going to put this, I'm going to discard those, and put 1, 2, and 3. So there's plenty of options as far as rolling a hazard die. So let's see what we drew. We drew this, which is pretty awesome. I don't want to put 2 cards back on top of my deck at all, so we're going to go ahead and roll a hazard die. We got a double hazard, which is exactly what we expect at this point of the game, because of course we do. We're going to go ahead and play our cards. We're going to play an action into a double thruster. We're going to go ahead and grab our cards. We'll go ahead and play an action into a thruster, drawing 2 more cards. We got our hazard over there. We should be hit done. We're going to go ahead and play an action. So we've played all the cards we need to get that running. We don't have any more double cards though. That's going to be the last one down here. But we could go ahead and prevent 1 damage. And we can either, once per contract, we can negate a hazard by trashing a card from my hand, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a little risky. Do I want to get rid of more damage and really weed my deck down? Or I can just swap this back for a shield and call that a day. I think I'm going to go ahead and discard this to start weeding my deck to a very clean, efficient beast of an engine. So we'll see what happens there. That's going to be the situation. We've accomplished the mission. We've ignored all the hazards. We're doing fine in health. Success. Hit done. This looks exhaustive. Uh-oh. No. Looks like we're hitting a high-pressure object, a high-pressure pocket in this gas cloud. Shields up! Shields up! All players must roll a hazard die. Let's go ahead and refresh Blink's deck over here and see what I draw as I shuffle up my deck. I got 1 card by default. That's going to be the last yellow in my deck. And then we're going to roll all these. I've had a chance to spend my credits already. I want to spend my credits and get some stuff because there's a whole bunch of things coming up. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here, plus our starting 1 over here, and we can go ahead and see what we got. So, I'm going to roll a hazard die, which is great because I love rolling the hazard dice. A 1, we can deal with a 1. We're fine with the 1. Our deck can handle a 1. We're going to go ahead and Reactor into a double draw. We're going to, again, Reactor. We could double draw again. We probably need to. Do we even need to? I don't know if we need to. We can go ahead and... Well, I think I want to because I like clearing my deck each time to reset it. So, we're going to double draw again. And then we're going to go ahead Reactor, and we're going to play the defense, which negates the damage of the single hazard die. And from there, we've played our cards simultaneously. We've met the requirements. We've kept everything up. We are done. We are good to go. We don't even need to shuffle anything in. Way to finish out strong. I like it. The scan looks crystal clear. Let me look over everything you sent and see what I owe you. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay. Wow, a perfect sector scan. I don't think I've ever seen anything so beautiful. And actually, I might know some folks who share your affection for beautiful lighter scans. I'll put them in touch. Reactor Expert. We have Ada Mesa over here, which I'm assuming is a character. All players who don't hire crew gain 3 credits. Choose 1 ship part or crew. We get to choose. Okay. We can do 3 actions. Requirements for reactors is 1 less. I like her. 3 actions is good. Look at the next 3 cards in your draw pile. Play 1 without an action. Discard the others. Plus 1 action. It's okay. Retrieve a crew member from your played or discarded cards. Not helpful yet at this point. I think we're going to go with Ada Mesa. Ada Mesa, and that means we're going to go ahead and have some flexibility to do some stuff in a second. So let's find Ada Mesa's right off the top of the deck over here. That works perfectly. She's going to go directly into our deck. And then we're going to go ahead and hit done. We're going to choose a ship part. We have hired. We're going to hire to orange. And we're going to go ahead and hit thanks, Cal. We're going to refresh Blink's cards over here, putting another card down, shuffling this up. And we have, as my personal thanks for your work today, when you get back to base, chat with Ada. She can also show you how to reflow your reactor or thruster systems a little more efficiently. You may search your deck and replace 1 miss card, 1 non-miss card, with a reactor or thruster. I don't know if I need to. I mean, at this point, the deck, you may. It doesn't say you must. And at this point, I don't think must helps me right now because of the flexibility of the side deck. I don't think it helps me. We're not going to. All players shuffle all cards and refresh their hands. Let's go ahead and do that. Will do. Continuing along the process. Continuing along, we again have 2 options to go to. We can either go to this unknown sector over here. An unidentified transmission has been received from this location. Nothing. We know nothing at all. I don't like knowing nothing. Or we have Cal's listings. I figured you might like some upgrades. I've prepared a selection of ship parts and crew to be shipped to this location. Do I want to risk the unknown? It feels like a mistake. I am not going to risk the unknown. I'm going to be very, very perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Cal's listing, where we can go ahead and do a bunch of things. Hello again. It seems like you've been getting along just fine out there. I curated a selection of ship parts and crew who may be helpful to your cause. I'll have anything you selected rush delivered to you no charge. I can also send in a maintenance droid if you're interested. Maintenance droid is not bad. I have 3 out of 7 HP. Let's start with viewing Cal's listings. Okay. I hope something here works for you. Building the perfect loadout will be crucial if you hope to stand a chance against the UA. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got Browse the Armory. Browse the Armory. I hope something here. Let's go back to Add Squad Ability. Let's see what we got. As always, I say teamwork makes the dream work. Take your pick. I'll get to work on remotely patching your systems. You may trade with the top card of Blink's decks, or you may look at the top cards. No, I don't like these at all. I mean, I'll take them, but I guess... You may look at the top 3 cards of Blink's decks at any time. Doesn't help me that much. Hot Swap, I guess. Okay, we'll do Hot Swap. We got that. That's fine. View Cal's listings again. Trash a damage 1 from your hand. Requirement for damage is 3 less. The problem is we don't have a lot of damage cards left, so that's a little pushing it. At the start of a contract, +1 card if you have no shields in your hand. Adds a max HP. +2 cards when you play your first damage card. I'm not playing damage. Your first reactor gives an extra action. I mean, I'll have to really build around the action deck. Your first reactor played gives you an extra action. I don't mind that. I'm going to purchase that. I'm going to purchase the Accelerator MK3. So we are buffing up on actions like no tomorrow, which is great, but we need to adjust our deck because we're 2 actions strong right now. But I do like that card. Accelerator MK3 is going to go into our deck. We'll put that over there. And we are done there. We can continue browsing the armory, but I don't think there's anything else. Discard any 2 cards, 1 action to play as a shield. Actually, that's not bad, but I think we're lower on credits now. We don't have enough credits to do that. And we could go ahead and send the maintenance droid. The droid is on the way. I also told to give you an engine fluid wash on me in addition to any repairs you might need. All players may draw 2 cards into their hand. Oh, so that's fun. So I should be I should have a hand, I guess, and then draw 2 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2. So we have 7 cards right now in our starting hand for the next mission. All players may pay 2 credits to gain 1 HP. Well, that's lame. I mean, I'm dying, granted, but I mean, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Okay, we did it. We paid 2 credits, which hurt to do so, but it gives us an extra HP. Okay, that's that over there. And now we go ahead and view Cal's listings. Nope, exit, done. Now, one thing we haven't been doing, by the way, is we haven't necessarily been taking cards. Normally, when you buy ship parts, you get the right cards for the ship parts. I have not been taking them. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. I just want to put that as a note. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. Normally, over here, you take these associated cards. Since the app didn't tell me to do so, I've just been not. It's possible you're supposed to. Anyways, both of these are going to be bad because we have damage and thrusters and damage and misses. We don't have misses. So we're going to go ahead and head to this one, on the run. I'm chasing down a bold UA ship that's been lurking around these parts causing trouble. I'll give you a share of the bounty if you help me catch him. Well, that just seems reasonable, honestly, so let's go ahead and do so. Sign contract. We have 7 cards in our hand. We need to refresh this pool. No, that pool is actually the right pool, unfortunately. Hurry up, the chase is already underway. This fighter has been on our wanted list for weeks and I finally found him, but the coward ran as soon as he saw me coming. He's pretty far out range right now, so fire up those thrusters. Let's cast this little worm and take him out before he disappears into the asteroid field. I'm good on thrusters, not good on damage. Okay. You're too far, he's getting away. Out of range, subtract 1 from all damage cards. Okay, that means no damage is being done. Distribute and roll a hazard die. Let's go ahead and do that. We got a double hazard, of course we do. Okay. Fighter escapes in 4 turns. 0 to 6 distance, oh my gosh, okay. 4 turns to do this. Wow, let's see what we can do. So, we're going to have to ignore the damage, so we're going to completely ignore the damage. We're going to play this. The first reactor gives us an extra action, so we actually have 3 actions right now. We have like action overload to no tomorrow, so we're going to play this. Let's go ahead and do draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. Let's see what we got over here. We got plenty of everything. We're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards. So we draw a last card. We're going to cascade into the last action from that 3rd action there, which means we're good on everything we could possibly do. I guess we will go ahead and swap an action into a thruster, because at this point we don't need that. We're going to go ahead and thruster this up. So we got 4 thrusters going and 0 damage, unfortunately. That's going to be, these thrusters are played off of that. We don't even need to play Adamessa, but we have, and our damage is useless. So we're going to go ahead and add 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. We could go ahead and trash a card. I think we will trash this shield right now. It feels bad, but I think we're going to trash the shield. No, we need the shield. So we need to play another thruster over here and another shield. And we'll play Adamessa instead of the thruster. We'll play that instead of the reactor. So we're going to play Adamessa, which gives us 3 actions. And then we're going to put this and this we need for later. And so we'll go ahead and discard this. We're trashing a reactor, unfortunately. But that's going to go ahead and negate the hazard. So we're going to have all our health. And we're going to be fine on health, just in case for context. So we play it like this over here. 3 actions, 2 actions. This should really be over here, which cascades into 3 actions. And that gives us the tree we need over here. So we're good on not taking damage this round. We did have to discard a card to do so. And our entire deck, we did get 4 distance. Played 4 thrusters, 0 damage. Done and done. Next turn. Okay, this is not necessarily going great. We'll see how things go. So, right now, add 1. Oh, optimal. Optimal. Add 1 to all damage cards. Great. This is much better. So there's an actual chance that we actually survive here, especially if we trade with Blink over here. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of Blink's cards. We're going to put 3 more Blink cards out. Please be damaged, please be damaged, please be damaged. It's not damaged. You're useless. You're terrible. We're going to go ahead and draw 5 cards. And we're going to see what we can do. Hit done. Fighter continues running away. Distribute and roll 1 hazard die. Please be something like silly, like not a double. There's 2 doubles. That's fine. Okay, fine. 2 doubles. So we got a double over there. Fighter escapes in 3 turns. Let's go ahead and play. Play your card simultaneously. So we're going to play our first reactor. It gives us an extra action. So that's going to be 1 action. Over there, 3 actions. So we have to draw, well, I don't know why I did that. Playing a card. Then we draw 2 cards. Okay. I'm going to play Adamessa, which gives us 3 actions cascading off of that. Okay. So we have Adamessa. We're going to play 1 shield to take care of the 1 shield over there. We're going to follow that up with another thruster over here, which draws 2 cards. That's, yeah, that cascades nicely. And then we're going to go ahead, and we could play more thrusters, but I think we're going to trade a thruster for a shield, so that we can then play this one over here, and then play this and this off that, which means it's going to be 2 damage, 2 shields, and 2 speed closed. Oh, we want 1 more speed, don't we? Can we get 1 more speed? I don't know if we could right now, not with this chain. She chains to 3. Oh, she does. She chains to 3. So we could get 1 more speed underneath her. And then this one chains down to 2. Hopefully that all makes sense. We're going to go ahead and do 3 thrusters. And we're going to go ahead and deal 1, 2 damage. And hit done. And done. Next turn. Okay. Ooh, boy. Collision. It didn't... Collision? What do you mean collision? Okay. All players roll 2 hazard dice. Yay. Yay, that's not what I wanted. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize we shouldn't hit it. That's not, I specifically, that's not cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to draw 5 cards, and we're going to go ahead and put these 3 off to the side, and put 1, 2, and 3, and let's see what we got. Fighter continues running away. Distribute and roll. Oh, we have to distribute and roll 2 hazard dice. Okay, so we got 3, and then we have to distribute another hazard die. And we got 2, so 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Just for the record, this might be where we lose, because that wasn't supposed to happen. Fighter escapes in 2 turns, and I'm currently prepped to take 5 damage. Let's see what happens. Okay, play your card simultaneously. We're going to play our first reactor, which gives us 3. We're going to cascade into drawing 2 cards. 1, 2. We're going to go ahead and cascade into another 2 cards. 1, 2. That's going to be our full deck as usual. We're going to play our Adamessa over here, which will cascade into 3 actions again. We're going to play attack. Our attacks just deal 1 damage now, apparently, because we are doing that. We have 2 defense, I guess. We could play into another one of these, and a defense. That's going to be that over there. And then we could trade this thruster for a damage, and then play these off this, which means we deal 2 damage, 2 defense, and that means we take 3 hits. 3 hits. Yeah, that's not great, but we need to kill this guy, so we're going to go ahead and deal 2 damage. We're going to deal... Oh, dear lord. Oh, dear lord, that thruster situation should not have been played. Can I undo that? I think we're going to collide again. I may have screwed up here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to hit done. And done. Next turn. We collided again. I forgot that if I play a thruster, it has an impact. Like an actual impact on the game. Okay. Okay. We're going to roll 2 hazard dice. We're good. We're good. Let's go ahead and roll 2 hazard dice and see just how badly I messed up. We got lucky. That's beautiful. That is okay. The skies of the dice gods are shining on me today, because that was... Wow. We need to be careful with our thruster playing. Remember that for this next and final round. I don't think we're going to kill it. We just don't have enough to deal. We just don't have enough. I don't see it happening. Alright, let's find out. Are we doing damage to it when we collide? We should be doing damage to it. That seems like it's fair, right? Anyways, done. Distribute and roll 1 hazard die, so it's not over yet. Done. Let's go ahead and roll this one. We got a single hazard. That's fine. We can defend against that. Fighter continues running away. Fighter escapes in 1 turn. Does that mean this is the last turn? Because if this is the last turn, we don't have an actual way of winning right now. Because we're too far. We're not doing optimal damage. We need to be 3 away for optimal damage. So there's a way to win this. We're just not doing that way of winning it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go ahead and have our 5 cards. We're going to play these. We have Adamesa. We have a reactor into Adamesa into a single thruster. It's going to let us draw 2 cards. Hopefully there's a damage. There's not. I'm not going to draw another one after that. So we're just going to go ahead and nothing, I guess. We're going to do no damage to it, because if I can't kill it anyway, there's no point. And this way we just have to not draw more cards. So we're going to go ahead and deal 1 thruster, 0 damage, and done. And done. Next turn. Let's see what happens. We've got him now. Add 1 to all damage cards. This is the last turn, so we have our last opportunity to hopefully kill it. Let's find out what happens. Go ahead. Fighter continues running away, so we need 2 damage cards. Hopefully there's a damage card in this deck. I think there is. Let's find out if we can get it over here. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this up. Putting these 3 out. Distribute and roll a hazard die. That's fine. We can do that. Let's please be a damage card. Please be a damage card. Please be a damage card. I have a damage card in my deck, don't I? I may have 2 damage cards, actually. These over here might both be damage cards. They are both damage cards, so we should be good to go, depending on what we draw over here. Let's find out. We need to distribute and roll a hazard die. Let's do that. We got our double hazard, which we've learned to expect by now. Nothing is given. Everything is earned. We can go ahead and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Please give me an extra action play, because if you don't, here we go. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and have Reactor directly into these 3 action cards. Although we could have a few options here, because I don't mind trading this into that. No, I can't do this. I'm going to go ahead and play, I need to stay alive, which means I need to avoid 2 hazards. I could trash a card from my hand, so if I play Adamasa instead and trash the Reactor, it might be an effect that I regret later, but let's do it for right now, and let's hope for the best. Okay, so we have Adamasa chaining into these 3, and that means we're going to have the protection from this, and the protection from that negates this. We can worry about that later. Fight escapes in 0 turns. We did 0 thrusters, and we did 1, 2, 3, 4 damage because of that, and we are done, and we defeated him. We could have done so better had we actually understood exactly what we're supposed to be doing, but we didn't, because we're an idiot. Okay. End turn. Great work. I'll cross this pest off the Magnum I wanted list. Here's your share of the bounty. I can also pay you in spare parts if you like. Maybe I'll take spare parts. Discarding 2 cards, 1 action to play as a shield. Not the worst. Discard a damage 1 from your hand, plus 2 actions. We don't need action economy. As 1 action, discard a damage 1, damage 2 to deal 5 damage. I don't have a damage 2. I think I'm going to take 4 credits. Here's your share parts. I can also pay in spare parts if you'd like. How can I not take a credit? Okay. Discard. We're going to hit done in that. Okay, and then done. So we're just going to take 4 credits, because at this point those ship parts don't help me. Already at 3 ship parts, and we can use some credits. Okay, thanks. This has not been the best situation at the moment, just for the record. Just for the record. Just saying. Okay. Anyways, we can now continue to either the unknown, which feels like a bad mistake, or thrusters and shields, or thrusters. Thrusters, hazards, credits, thrusters. We're going to go to the distress signal. We're picking up a Moonraker distress signal. Not sure we'll find out, but let's go help out. Thrusters and shields and hazards. Dominant Moon, Henko Sector. No time for proper inductions. We got a friendly distress signal incoming. The signal does not offer much detail, but it's clear it's urgent. Let's get there before it's too late. By the way, our deck is weeded, and we haven't been adding to it, which means we need more crew, like badly. What do you think we'll find? Seriously, do you not know what urgent means? Punch it, Space Pirate! Punching it, punching it, fine. I'll be docile. Turns left 3. 0 out of 7 thrusters played. Should I play 5 thrusters now? I don't know. Action. Player cards simultaneously. Players may roll any number of dice to add 1 thruster per die. Let's see what we got here. We got our reactor. We're going to go ahead and play thruster and thruster. And that's going to, we can play Atomesa. So we have 3 actions coming off that chain, and we're drawing 4 cards. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have all our damage cards, so we just basically did nothing helpful. Players may play any number, may roll any number of dice to add 1 thruster per die. So let's go ahead and start adding 1 die over here. That's going to be 1. We'll go ahead and add that, and we'll roll another die. That's going to be, of course that is, of course it is. We're going to go ahead and trade this damage card for that, and then we can play off these 3 shields to block all 3 of those, but that does mean that we got, let's go ahead and show you what's going on over here, sorry. We played the thruster into the 3, and then we got 3 shields because we traded damage for a shield over there, and now we're going to go ahead and play 1, 2, 3, 4 thrusters. Done. Okay. This card's going to go ahead and shuffle up entirely, so we're good to go. And that's that. Next turn. I'm going to shuffle it up, shuffle it up. Dun, dun, dun. Now, we don't have a lot of damage. That's the problem. We went back down to 1 damage. We need a better deck. We have not been building well over here. We also need to go ahead and put these off to the side, put out a new card, and shuffle these in. Turns left 2. Turns left 2. I'm going to put these cards out. Double misses. We're going to go ahead and hit done and see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a thruster into an Atomesa and a double thruster, same as before, which means we're going to draw our 4 cards, which means we can once again play it. We're going to start by rolling a die for another thruster. I think we only need 1 more, so we can get our double. That's totally fine. And we're going to place these 2 under Atomesa to prevent that. That means we play 3 thrusters. 1, 2, 3. 2 natural thrusters plus 1 die rolled. We arrived. We made it just in time. Looks like they had a reactor leak. We're about to run out of O2. I'll get the crew to safety. If you want, check their ship for any spare parts. This thing isn't going anywhere in this state. As 1 action, discard 2 damage 1 cards to deal 4 damage. That's an awesome part. I don't have damage 1 cards. It's not great. As 1 action, discard a damage 1, damage 2. Nope. Trash damage 1 card. Requirement for damage 3 is 1 less. I can't afford to trash right now. I need more. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and take the MG2 laser turrets. If I can get the 1 damage back from the blink over here, that will take. So MG2 laser turrets. MG2 laser turrets is going to be our last card over here. Let's go ahead and find this over here. MG2 laser turrets. Dun dun dun. MG2 laser turrets. We're going to put that down over here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to move these over to the left so we can keep cascading our cards properly and you can see it all. Not the way things are supposed to be done, but the way it's going to be done for right now. We also have our ship, which we'll put over there because it's not actually needed. And all these cards should be shuffled up. Okay. All players gain 2 credits. Ooh, fun. We get both. That's good. So we're back up to 6 credits, which means maybe we can actually pay to heal our ship again because right now we're so close to dying, it's not even remotely close. Sounds great. Thank you. Okay. Current location, we have to go to Bill's shop. Oh, look at that. We can heal. We're going to be healing again. Sign contract. And hire crew. I really need more crew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should have a hand of 5 cards. Welcome to the shop. You break it, you buy it. And then after you bought it, I'll break your elbow. Why? Why would you break my elbows? If I break it and I buy it, why would you break my elbows? To what end? I'm a little insulted. Okay. I want to hire crew. Where's the crew? I don't want a ship part, I want crew. Can I get some crew, please? This does not help me. Visit maintenance hangar. Our mechanics weld pretty much anything back together. While we're at it, you could likely rewire some additional power to your shields if necessary. Players may replace any 1 card with a shield card. Doesn't help me, no. All players may pay 2 credits to get 1 HP. Done. Okay, I'm paying 2 credits to get 1 HP, which gives us a degree of survivability. Yay. Add squad ability. Perhaps one of these will stave off your likely destruction for a few hours, but I doubt it. Each turn, Blink draws 1 less card. When gaining this ability, remove all X cards from Blink's deck. Each turn, Blink draws 1 card. When gaining this ability, add 2 times misses. I'm going to go ahead and do 1 less card and remove all X miss cards from Blink's deck. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of Blink's miss cards. 1, 2, and he is 4, by the way, because I gave him my miss card. So we're going to have those over there. We're going to go ahead and shuffle that up again. Return to Bill's shop. I want crew. It's not what I want. I'm not happy about this. I am not happy with this one. But by the way, I think I was supposed to be adding cards. Like when I took the MG2 laser turrets, I think I am supposed to be taking those cards. But I'm not certain, so we're going to keep going forward. Exit. I think I am supposed to be taking those cards. I think I'm slightly cheating myself over here. So we have Patch the Leak over here. Shields and Reactors. I want that one. Patch the leak. Our fuel tanker barely made it through the debris cloud. We've got a huge leak that needs patching, and you're the closest outfit. Help us out? Shields and reactors, which we have both to a degree. Credits, hazards, crew credits. It's going to cost us credits. That's not good. Let's go ahead and set up this deck over here. We have these 2 cards. 2 thrusters. Hey Moonrakers, thanks for responding to our call. We're bleeding fuel at light speed. Please patch this leak for us. Shut up, Henry. No one's organizing a coup on my ship. You're still a few kilometers away. Do you want us to beam you in? I feel like there's a cost to beaming us in. No, we're good. We can make it there on our own. We have plenty of thrusters. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. If you say so, head west towards the debris cloud on your radars. Distribute and roll 1 hazard die. That's the kind of hazard die I like. Player card simultaneously. Did you meet the requirements? Let's find out. We have this over here. So we have a thruster, reactor. We're going to play that. We're going to go ahead and play thruster to go ahead and draw 2 cards. Do we have any more thrusters in here? We're going to play another thruster to draw 2 cards. Do I not have more thrusters? Does she count as a thruster? She does not count as a thruster. So, no, we did not meet the requirements. So we're going to fail that. Is that you? Okay. Nope. All right, just beam us in. So that happened. 1 player loses 1 credit. I knew it cost us a credit. What was that? Why did we just lose a credit? Welcome, Moonrakers, to the greatest nightmare. This fuel tanker is patch free, and pretty much soon you'll be all free of any cash that was weighing you down. Henry, deploy the credit sucker. Oh, they're scumbags. Some of us aren't convinced that Mila's methods are the best. Credit suck. You must lose 2 credits or roll 2 hazard dice. I don't like that one bit. I don't like rolling hazard dice. Hazard dice are bad, right? They're bad. I'm going to roll 2 hazard dice. Okay, let's see what happens. Perfect. That's the kind of hazard dice I like to see. We can deal with that hazard dice. I only have 1 reactor, which is not great. I have a very lean deck, which is great, but only 1 reactor, which is not great. So we're going to play our reactor. Player card simultaneously. Shields applied to escape the credit sucker do not block hazards. Every 4 collective reactor cards convinces 1 crew member to switch sides. Any card may be played as a reactor card if you trash a copy. What does that mean? The copy of this card can come from your hand or discard pile. For example, you can play a thruster card as a reactor card if you trash another thruster card from your hand or discard pile. Interesting. Okay, let's see how this goes. So, we're going to go ahead and play this thruster over here. These 2, by the way, should be off to the side, and we should be drawing 2 new ones because that's this turn. So we have a thruster over here situation, which is going to allow us to draw 2 cards. So we could block. The credit sucker is currently pulling 4 credits, and we don't have enough crew switching sides at all. We're going to go ahead and play that over here, which is great. We're going to follow that with another draw, and that means we're going to go ahead and currently shift this shield over here to that, so we can play 4 shields right now. We can play 1 shield off there, 2 shields off there. That means we're paying a total of 3 shields, which means we're going to be able to negate the credits. We're going to add 2 to reduce the strength from the credit sucker, and 1 to negate the hazard. And we played 1 hazard. Every 4 collective reactor card. Okay, every 4 collective reactor cards convinces crew. I don't have collective reactor cards. That's going to be very, very hard. Okay, so we're going to hit done. I'm going to hit done. Next turn. I don't want take what you want. No take what you want. No take what you want at all. Did we lose 2 credits? Did it say to lose 2 credits? I missed it if it said to lose 2 credits. Oh no, the credit reactor could be 1 step at a time. So let's go ahead and shuffle this up, go through this. We're again going to discard these 2 and put these 2 in play. There's a reactor. We can use that reactor back, but I just don't see how we survive this. I'm going to go ahead. Do I lose 2 credits? I can afford to lose 2 credits. So we're going to go ahead and roll 2 reactor dice, which is directly contrary to what I just said. We again rolled that, which is perfect. We're again going to draw 5 over here. We're going to see what we got. We have Ada. Ada's going to follow with that. It's going to let us draw 2 cards. We're going to go ahead and play a reactor off of that. That's the first reactor gives us that. We're going to play a shield off the top. We're going to go ahead and we could swap that for another reactor, which doesn't really help us right now. But it could help us maybe. It doesn't help us right now at all. We can go ahead and play 3 shields off this, which is enough to avoid the hazard dice. So we're done on all of that. Players may only need 3 collective reactor cards to save this turn if a player trashes a damage card. I don't have a damage card, unfortunately. Player card simultaneously, 2 shields. We're going to go ahead and play 2 shields to reduce the hazard sucker, and we're not going to switch any sides. So again, we're kind of making it mostly, but not really. Moonrakers, are you there? What's happened? It's a long story, Cal. Hey, while you guys look like you had a rough time, take some credits out of pity. Oh, and some people from a fuel tank are asking for you. It sounds like they want you to join your team. Gain and distribute 5 credits. That's not bad. I'll take 5 credits. We have a 3 and 2 1s over here. Okay. Thanks, Cal. So we didn't get the crew members, which is what I wanted. Here are the fine crew members you've convinced to join your cause. We don't work for free, but we'll join your crew for less than our usual rate. So if we give up the Dark Matter MK3, what is this? They're not crew members. Why does it keep calling them crew members? This might be just a glitch thingy because, you know, it's still a prototype and beta and all that stuff. But it's saying crew member, even though I don't see what's happening here. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what happened because it gave me a part, which I don't need a part. I need crew members. Okay. General Persia. Damage reactors thrusters. We're going to have a hard time here because we don't have damage. We kind of are all out of damage. We did not build our deck, but again, we might be doing this slightly wrong for the record. You made it. Here are the coordinates we are given to Persia's hideout. I've acquired some healing pods from an old junkyard. It's pretty sure they'll still work, but I don't know for sure. Players may freely give credits to one another. Okay. Each player may pay 3 credits or roll 1 hazard die to gain HP. I'm going to pay 3 credits to gain 2 HP. That will hopefully help us stay alive and drop longer. Does it have a listing of what my deck should be? I don't know if it does. Done. Thanks, Cal. No problem. Try targeting the weapon styles. This is the weapon systems. It's one of the iosphere weapons. Or iospheric weapons of badass destruction, as she calls it. I hate saying that every time. I'll be able to relay her vulnerabilities each turn if you shield our comms. Oh no, it looks like she already spotted that. No time for questions. Let's get going. Okay. IBW charging. Roll 4 hazard dice. You may trash a ship part to negate all hazards from a single die targeting you. Okay, well, let's go ahead and roll 4 hazard dice. This is great. Wow, that's great. Okay, cool. I'm overdoing that. Action: play your cards simultaneously. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Shuffle these up. Each thruster card and miss card played removes a charge from the IWB. Okay, we need to get rid of 8 charges, and she has 17 HP, which is going to be very, very hard to do anything with because I don't have damage. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and see what we got. We have our Ada over here. Ada's going to go ahead. Ada reduces the requirements for reactors, which means I probably should have actually been able to do something. I forgot about that. I did something wrong there. That's all good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and play a card, drawing 2 more. Okay, we're going to play another card, drawing 2 more, which is all my cards. We're going to play a reactor, which is going to let me draw everything. We're going to go ahead and pull these up. Okay, let's see what we're doing over here. The IOWBD, how do we remove the charges? Each thruster card and miss card played removes a charge. So we're going to put these 2 cards out. We have 2 thrusters. We're going to exchange a shield for a thruster. That will enable us to play a thruster, which means we've played 3 thrusters, 1, 2, 3, and 0 damage dealt. We are done on that. We are done on that. And we failed the requirements, which might make sense. Next turn. We're going to shuffle that up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and place this over here. We're going to shuffle these up over here. IW charging. Same process. We're slowly getting there. We're doing what we need to do. Hopefully our MG2 laser turrets will help us actually have a shot here, but it's going to be a slow burn. We're going to discard these cards over here. We should be putting these off. We're going to be shuffling these up. Putting out the WB deck over here. I'm going to go ahead and place these. We got that in play. And we're going to go ahead and draw our 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. IDW charging. Roll 3 hazard dice or trash 2 cards in your hand at random. We can't afford to, so we're going to go ahead and roll 3. Yeah, there we go. 5 damage. That makes sense. That makes sense. We're going to go ahead and play our cards simultaneously. We're going to again start with Ada and follow it up with drawing 2 cards. Hopefully we draw another thruster. Perfect. Another thruster, which means we draw our last card, which is going to be the reactor that we need. We're going to place that in play. Then I think we're going to go ahead and just change this thruster out for... I guess so. Yeah, we'll change this thruster out for a damage over here. And then we'll place down... I could afford to take 5 hits. I can't afford to take that many hits. I think I'm going to just play all 3 of these as defense and take 2 hits. We're not going to worry about damage just yet. So right now we're playing all 3 of these. And we're going to go ahead... That's fine. It's fine. Okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and deal 1, 2 charges from WBD. And we deal 0 damage. But we also are going to take 2 damage on our hit. 1, 2. We're going to hit done. 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 And success. No, not success. Fail. Fail. Okay, next turn. We're going to go ahead and continue this process. Shuffling everything up again. Hoping for the best. We're just hopefully trying to survive. Hopefully we'll figure out what happens. IWBD charging over here. Let's see. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. We're going to get rid of these 2 and put these next 2 out in play. This is actually going to help us a bit. And we have Ada again. IWB charging. Let's go ahead and roll those dice. We have 3 dice first again. Again, 6 over here. So that's good. That's good. We're going to go ahead and play this to draw 2 cards. we need to have, nope, we need to have our last thruster. So we have this over here, which means we could theoretically place all 3 of these over here to take only 3 damage, which the problem with taking only 3 damage is that we can't afford to take only 3 damage. We can't afford to take 3 damage right now, so I'm pretty sure we die. Let's go through this. So we are going to go ahead and take 3 damage. 1, 2. Are you sure all players have been defeated? This will end your game. You failed. The Moonrakers hold a small vigil in your honor. Meanwhile, the Utopian Alliance continues the Luminor initiative unchecked. Contract completed 9, squad abilities 2, ship parts acquired 4, crew hired 1, generals defeated 1, contract completed 8, locations visited 9, squad abilities collected 2 out of 18, return to main menu, and that's Luminor. That is Moonrakers Luminor, or a sample playthrough of it. Again, reminder that I may have been playing the ship parts wrong. Normal Moonrakers, when you acquire a ship part, you take the thing shown in the corner. It didn't tell me to do so here, and it did say the game is different, so I'm not entirely sure. I'll check with IV Games. I'll pin a comment as far as whether I was playing it right or wrong. That said, on my first playthrough, I managed to win without doing that, so take what you want out of that experience at the moment. But either way, this is Moonrakers Luminor. This is a solo or cooperative experience. I have not yet played the cooperative experience. I will be playing the cooperative experience. I'll have an opinion on the cooperative experience at some point once I do so, but today is not that day. In any case, and until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be a link to the Kickstarter down below if or when the Kickstarter is up. And until next time, I hope you have a good one.